guys, Amanda the G here, sitting on a towel because we're in the middle of a heat wave and the sweat is making me fall off of this chair with a high-pitched squealing that you may or may not hear of my next door neighbor's dryer going, but let's just get into this video. I have a blackberry bush in my backyard and picking blackberries is quite the dangerous endeavor. I have all sorts of cuts all over myself and I got 3 prickers in the tip of my finger doing this. They were so deep in there that I was only able to actually get 2 of them out, and I believe there was one other one, potentially there was 2, that my body just ate. But this is not the first time that my body has eaten a splinter, and let's go back and talk about when Amanda was a child. At the time this happened, I believe I was somewhere around 8 years old. I might have been 7, I might have been 9, but it was somewhere in that basic age range. My brother had a birthday party at our local roller skating rink. So when we were little, it was a really cool place to have a birthday party. They would give you one of those long tables with a long wooden bench that was attached into the table, and you would go and get roller skates, and each kid would get 1 slice of pizza or 1 hot dog. I always picked the piece of pizza. Who was the crazy person picking a hot dog? I don't know. Then you got a small soda, and you got to roller skate for a few hours, and they basically did all the rest of the party stuff. You brought your own cake, and the kids brought the presents. Throughout these parties, you kind of go back and forth between skating on the rink and sitting down at the table. So as you go back to the table, you're not going to take your skates off every time. It would just be way too much work. And I was a gangly kid, so my way of getting in and out of these benches was to kind of like sit down and scoot along it back and forth. And I didn't like jeans as a kid, so I wore leggings, and I, at some point during this party, scooting back and forth, got a splinter up my leg, and I felt it. I felt a big splinter go into my leg, but I did not want to ruin my brother's birthday party, so I told no one. Instead, I went and I skated the whole time, and I played all of the games, the stop on the number that I've never won ever in all of the years doing that, the jump through the hoop that I could not do, the skate around all of the cup things that I was really good at, and the one that I always won, which was limbo, because I was very small and I could get really low to the ground. And I watched my brother go in the money booth that I always wanted to go in the money booth because it just looked so cool, even though you really left with like $3 and a glow stick. And then my brother had his whole party and we get home, and after we got home and everything was put away and everything was done, then I decided it was time to tell my mother that I got a giant splinter in my leg, probably in the very beginning of this party. However, I waited so long to tell her that the skin had formed entirely over the top of the splinter and there was no getting this out of my thigh. It just wasn't going to happen. That did not stop my mother, though, from trying to cut my leg open with a kitchen knife, and I believe there was a screaming for go get some towels at one point because I'm sure I was bleeding. It was not fun. I was not numbed, and we tried to get it out and it did not come out. And this splinter, mind you, was like that big. There was no way that this was ever going to come out of my leg. So instead, my body eventually ate it. I remember feeling it in my leg for a while and then one day just not feeling it there anymore. So your body will dissolve that stuff. And I just want everyone to recognize that I am a damn good little sister. Stay fresh, cheese bags. Filming this video was fun because my neighbor kept walking by this window over here and I think that she can hear me and I got really, really self-conscious.